Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BT Talks. Today, I have the pleasure of having my friend and super broker in San Diego, Manuel Sanchez. He's with Compass. He's a great guy. So let me see. He's going to join in a second, or I'm actually going to add him. So bear with me a second. There we go. There he is.
What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm doing great. And yourself? How's everything in San Diego?
It's awesome, man. Thanks for inviting me onto your BT Talks. I've been
My
keeping
pleasure.
an eye on it. Some good conversations out there.
I always look, the goal, I always say, I started this a few months ago, and I always like to have a diversity of guests, mainly real estate, but not just real estate, entrepreneurs in different fields from, different parts of the world. But today we have San Diego in the house. So, for those who don't know you, tell us who you are and your journey into real estate. Also helped in your journey to real estate, and now you are working with Compass in San Diego.
Yeah, man. It's been a pretty crazy real estate. Everything is once you start out. I've been in real estate now for 3 years. I started selling luxury cars, so I worked for Porsche and Lamborghini. I moved to LA wanting to pursue the acting route. And that, of course, didn't work out. I'm back in San Diego. But while I was up there, I decided to get my real estate license. And I was working for Porsche Beverly Hills at the time. And I was kind of overselling cars. I said, I need to sell something bigger. I need to sell houses. And that was always my goal if for some reason acting didn't work out. And so I got my real estate license, joined a brokerage in Beverly Hills. 6 months into it, I landed flat on my face, and I quit real estate after 6 months. I couldn't sell anything. I didn't have anything in the pipeline. It was super tough, had no direction, which, a lot of agents kind of run across, where it's like, how do you start? Where do you go? Especially
that's something I see in every market.
Yeah.
A lot of agents don't have any direction. And I think it's very important to be connected with the right people. I mean, it's good. You can have some mentors, but I think people who guide you, and then you can figure things out on the way. And you learn by doing mistakes, because we all do mistakes.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And so I moved back to San Diego, and I found, like you said, a mentor, and he really guided me into what am I supposed to do? What's a real estate agent's day-to-day look like in order for you to be successful? And it was honestly, it was just simple little things that add up, that compound to the bigger picture and to being successful in this industry, in this career. As you know, what is it, like 82% of agents fail in their
Something
first
like
year?
that.
It's crazy.
Well, I think it's because this is a tough business, but it's also very rewarding if you stick with it.
Right.
Only if you stick with it, and if you're disciplined, and you have like routines. And also, I also believe in surrounding yourself with the right people, because you cannot really do this by yourself. And I think that's a big mistake. People think, oh no, I'll do it by myself. I mean, even if you have contacts, family, all this stuff, it doesn't work. You just need to be with the right people. Doesn't mean you need to be on, the top team or whatever. I think you could be, a solo agent doing strategic collaborations with other agents, or you can also build your team or join a team that fits for you. But I know, in the past, I made the mistake of joining a team that wasn't the right fit. And, you better be on your own and figuring it out with other agents than just in a team that doesn't work, because, there's systems. So,
yeah, I completely agree. And now, going through the pandemic, I think it's even harder to kind of get started into real estate, even though it's a great time to get into real estate. But, it's kind of hard because you don't have any open houses. How do you go out and get in front of people and kind of present yourself and introduce yourself to them if it's all now like this? It's all virtual. It's all
FaceTime showings and all that.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, here in Florida is a little different. So, I mean, we're a little more open than a lot of places around the country and the world. So there is open houses, there is broker open houses, but it's not the same as it used to be. you know. So that is definitely a big switch. And, you know, no, I mean, look, but I think, look, I believe that all markets, you know, will recover. I'm not, obviously there's a lot of people coming down here to South Florida for tax reasons and lifestyle reasons. But look, I mean, you're in a good place as well. I was looking at the market in San Diego, and it seems that, you know, it's going well too. And it's also
great.
a great place. I mean, as quality of life. I think, I mean, I've been to San Diego once. I lived in LA for a year. San Diego is actually, I find, a little nicer, a little more, you know.
It is, you know, after living in LA, I'm originally from San Diego. It's so nice out here. It's more relaxing. You know, it's not so quick. Stuff doesn't happen so quick when it comes to just life itself. You don't have the traffic that you get in LA. But yeah, the real estate market in San Diego is crazy hot right now. Everything from like 500,000 to $1 million is just flying off the shelf, and it's nuts.
And let me tell you, I mean, here it's crazy. The market, I mean, I can go in details. It's really crazy. But I can tell you, I just had a lunch with one of my good friends and colleagues who's one of the best in New York. And, you know, the market is actually super good right now in New York. There's a lot of people buying. It's crazy, but I think people read or watch too much the media. And I think they're wrong on a lot of things. You know, we're the real estate experts, advisors in our markets respectively.
Right.
But we also know of different markets, because I strongly believe it's important to know what's going on in other markets. And the reality is, with this whole pandemic, you know, the markets are hot. The different markets are hot for different reasons. There's not a market that's like completely down. So it's an interesting time. Yeah.
It's an interesting time, and it's like the inventory is very, very low here in San Diego.
Here too. It's insane. Yeah.
It's a lot of people, and I hear it often, where it's like, oh man, you know, it's a bubble, it's gonna burst. This is not 2008. This is not 2001 when 9/11 happened. It's something completely different that even the agents who've been in it for 20, 30 years have not seen anything of what's going on right now. I mean, between the pandemic, the super, super low inventory numbers, and the super low interest rates, it's a combination that everyone wants to jump in on. Home sellers, you know, surprisingly, there's a lot of home sellers out there that are just holding tight. I don't know if it's something that they're holding tight because of the pandemic. They don't know what's going to happen. They like where they live, or if they think that, you know, the prices are going to go up even higher. But with the demand that's out right now, that's
what I say. I mean, here now, you know, if you talk to a seller or anybody who's interested in learning what's going on in the markets, I mean, at least down here, you can sell your property for top dollars. There's huge demand. I mean, it's crazy. Prices, whether you're looking at a house that's under $1 million or 5 or 20 million. I mean, it's just, prices are insane. It's a little bit craziness, but it is what it is. And I don't know when they're, you know, going to go down, because now obviously there's people, they're like, oh, it's going to go down. You know, they're waiting. The more you wait, you know, I'm not, you know, if you're ready to buy, I think now is a very good time. It depends what type of product, depends on which location, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, here in San Diego, luxury is everything above 1.3 million. So everything above that stays in the market a little bit longer, but I'm talking like, you know, 30 days, everything above like 3-4 million stays in the market about 100 days. Obviously different areas are have different numbers within San Diego County. But right now, what most buyers out there are frustrated with is getting their offer accepted. You're talking about, you know, a property comes to market, and within 3-4 days, it has 20-30 offers on it. And so that's something that I've been working a lot with my buyers, where it's about communication with the other agent. It's about being a real person when you're submitting an offer. On occasion, it's about writing a love letter to the sellers. There's so many different ways to get offers accepted right now, and it's just a matter of
where are your buyers coming from? Are they local California, or are there people from out of state?
Local. They're all local. Most of them are first-time home buyers that want to jump in and take advantage of the low interest rates. And I've gone across sellers that are moving out of state. So it's kind of a little bit of both new buyers coming into kind of the real estate. Obviously, I've gotten a lot of people reach out to me and be like, hey, you know, interest rates are really low. I want to take advantage. The market is hot. I want to buy something before prices go up. So investment properties, there's a mixture of everything right now.
Yeah. And so how is the overall the market in San Diego? How has it been before? I mean, it's always been like I guess a hot city location to go to.
Yeah.
San Diego is like a, cool place. How is it? I know there's some condos in, downtown San Diego, but then there's, different neighborhoods and there's houses. How's the market?
Yeah, overall the market is really good. Obviously, there's different pockets within San Diego. For example, Chula Vista. Chula Vista, specifically Bonita within Chula Vista, was the number one. It went up 12% this past year. It was number one in San Diego County as far as appreciation, and it's depending on the pocket that you're in. For example, downtown San Diego for a while was kind of dying down. Right now it's picking back up again. But a lot of people, when the pandemic hit and they couldn't leave their house, they're like, I don't want to, and they can work from home now. Everyone can work from home. I mean, shoot, I'm at home right now. They started to sell and move out of downtown and kind of looking for that yard, looking for that pool, looking for that gym space.
So yeah, I was going to say, so what are the trends, I guess, for homes? What are people looking in San Diego, Southern California as like, either upgrading home or buying their first home? Have you seen changes since the pandemic? I mean, obviously people want, space for a gym, home office, these type of things, but what did you see in your area?
And that's exactly what I saw. More land than anything. It's just all of a sudden
people want
land. They want the, and so that's what I've been seeing. And they're even going to older neighborhoods where houses are now being flipped, and they have the land and they can just build up on it. And right now, ADUs, for example, are just permits for ADUs are given out like crazy. So they see that vision, they have that vision to just grow their property just because buying land.
Very cool. So what are the different things you have been doing? I mean, everybody, is adapting to, the new ways of working as an agent to adapt to the new way of working. What are the things you're using technology? I know you're very technology savvy. You're on top of all the trends. What are the different things you're doing to, working with your clients, with other agents? Because the real estate industry is changing. So I always like to ask this question and to see what, different agents are doing around the country.
You know what? I think it's specific in every listing, but the overall picture is, for example, when the pandemic hit, I was doing a lot of, before it hit, I was doing a lot of open houses. I was getting in front of people for like 2-3 weeks after everything closed down. All the agents, most of the agents, at least I did, kind of freaked out, right? And then you start seeing, okay, I have to pivot. I have to adjust and readjust. And honestly, it was easier for me because I'm very tech savvy. So I started doing YouTube videos. I started doing podcasts. I started doing stuff like this where it's like, okay, I need to get out there and kind of provide value in another way that's not maybe open houses, right? But as far as, for example, a listing that I just got in Del Mar, which you guys will be seeing very soon, it's a super nice property, and the way that I'm looking to sell it is lifestyle. So that's really what's selling right now. Even though the market, the inventory is really low, we're trying to sell a lifestyle. We're trying to create kind of like a movie out of this property, and to sell it more as, yes, you get the house, but look what the bigger picture looks like. The golf course, the beach, everything.
Yeah. We're very lucky. I mean, the areas where we live is very much about the lifestyle. So that is, before, and again, it comes down not just to the city, but it also comes down to, the area where you are. Some areas are different in San Diego, in LA, in Miami. So it's really more, I think, about the lifestyle than the physical real estate.
Right. Even though it still matters, right?
It still does.
But Benja, you have to wait for this property. It's an amazing property, and everyone out there will see it very soon. It's right next to the Grand Del Mar, and if you're familiar with San Diego, the Grand Del Mar, just spectacular hotel that has to offer a lot of stuff. So, private golf course, and you have tennis courts, and
I have my friend Sam, who's a great guy, which you
oh,
should
Sam,
follow.
he
You
just
know him,
commented
yeah.
right now.
So he knows Del Mar. He used to live in California. I believe he's in Tennessee right now, but he's involved in real estate in so many ways and a lot of other cool things. But yeah, I haven't been to Del Mar, I think, when I was in San Diego. So I'll have to check it out.
And one of the beauties also about San Diego, and you'll realize it when you come here, is that everything is like within 20 minutes. And there's no traffic. It's not LA. You can be at the beach in Coronado, and then 20 minutes later be at the golf course in Del Mar, and then from there you can go up to. I mean, there's so many different things going on in San Diego. Balboa Park, you have the San Diego Zoo. There's so many nice things out here. So when you come out, you have to let me know.
For sure. I can't wait. I'll definitely come out in the next few months when everything is kind of a little more stabilized. Do you see people coming from Los Angeles or?
We've seen a lot of people come from San Francisco. A lot of people from San Francisco. Some from LA, but mostly it's San Francisco. And the funny thing is, I had a friend of mine who was just in San Francisco. He asked the waiter. He was at a restaurant. He asked the waiter, where is everyone in San Francisco? And what he said is like they're all moving to San Diego, and that's absolutely right. All these tech guys that all of a sudden realize that they can get a lot more bang for your buck here.
Yeah. So I know also you're a big fan of Ryan Serhant, and I am as well. I have to say he's just a great guy, and I met him a few times in New York, and I follow. If I'm correct, you did the Ryan Serhant course, did you?
I did the Ryan Serhant course. I've done all of them. I've read all his books. Well, his 2 books, but I read everything that he comes out with. I watch his blog.
The future of real estate, right?
The future of real estate. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I did his course. Honestly, it's a very real course. What I mean by that is it's a course that he talks to you about like real things that you'll actually see. It's not something like take this piece of paper and read off of it when you're talking to someone. It's more like this right now.
He's very real and raw. Yeah.
And I took both his courses, the ads management as well. The ads one that he just came out with, very good. And his books are just simply amazing. His first book is, it's about kind of his course. Yeah. And the second book is Big Money Energy, which is probably one of the best books I've ever read.
I'm actually reading it right now, but I'm definitely all about the Big Money Energy.
You better be. You're out in Miami.
For sure. But I think there's a lot of takeaways. What are like the main takeaways you take from someone you look up to like Ryan Serhant? Because I think he really looks, whether you love him or not, the reality of what he's doing, he's a smart guy, and he thinks of the future. What am I going to be in 2030? How is real estate going to be in 2030? And a lot of people think in the now. So what are your thoughts on that?
You know what? I think what I admire most about Ryan, and he says it a lot in his book, is just his confidence. His confidence of going all in, of not holding back on whether he's getting a new listing, whether it's opening up his new brokerage. That's one of the things that I admire about him as a person, and as a professional real estate agent. The going in when everyone is down type of thing. When you're doubting yourself,
yeah. I have to say, look, he is probably one of the biggest names in New York right now. When everybody's saying like the market is down, this, that, whatever. He just opened, something that a really cool concept that I find brilliant. He opened the Serhant storefront in the middle of Soho, which I can't wait to see when I go to New York. But I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. And that's something that I kind of envision when it comes to San Diego. Eventually, one day in 2030, like you said, you have to look at yourself 10 years down the line. Like, who do you want to be? Are you doing the small things right now that will get you there? Because if it's one thing that I've learned about in real estate is that you have to do the things. Nobody's going to just all of a sudden have your real estate license and
I learned
buyers.
the same thing. It's like you have to do the things.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to give you anything, you know, nobody.
No. Even though it seems like a glamorous, like, you know, oh my
No,
God, you
yeah.
make all this money. It's a glamorous lifestyle, you know, behind all those Instagram posts and all those videos and, you know, everything that's going on. I'm out here hitting the, you know, in the phones. I mean, shoot, having my schedule up and running, having my vision board, everything is a lot is happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I think, you know, something which is important, I think, you know, I should do more, but I think we're lucky to have all these social platforms. But it's important to, you know, when you use the Instagram stories or whatever other social media platform, to show the real life, your real life as a real estate agent,
Right.
advisor. I like more to say advisor. You know, when you're showing property, of course, it's good to see, you know, 5, 10 million, whatever property. That's cool. But to see the work you're putting behind and being authentic, that is something people, you know, really admire. And I think they love seeing that, and it helps you in your journey as well.
Yeah, and it's going along with that. It's about connecting with people.
Yeah.
You know, it's about connecting on some sort of level, whether it's maybe they're into cars and you connect with them on that level, or maybe they just had their first kid like I did and we connect on that level. And that builds trust. It's about being real. It's about, you know, not just trying to sell them on something, but actually, you know, kind of going through the whole process with them. And at the same time, you know, you educate them on the buying or selling process.
It's confidence and trust.
Right.
You can see all the agents on the planet, most top agents, what they have is confidence, and people then trust them. But what they have, there are some agents that have too much confidence.
Yeah.
That is one thing. But I'm saying most agents that are doing very well, it's mainly confidence, and then people trust them. So,
and that's one thing Ryan says in his book, where it's like he could have been, you know, inside he's like so scared about doing something, about outside he's just big money entering. He just exuding confidence.
Yeah. So to come to something else outside of real estate. So recently you became a father. How's the dad life?
Oh man, it's amazing, and it's opened my eyes to so many different things, and it's just so awesome. I mean, Mateo, my son, is 8 months now. And
wow, 8 months already. Wow, that's
8
crazy.
months already, and he's close to like walking. Like, it's just insane how every day he just gets stronger and just more intelligent, and it just keeps his eyes open, and he's looking at everything. And that's, you know, it has really taught me a lot in life on how to look at things. Like, I mean, shoot, I could look at this pen and be like, it's just a pen, and he looks at it and he just admires it like something completely different.
Yeah. So how do you manage the entrepreneurial real estate life and family life?
You know, surprisingly, I've learned to work harder and work smarter, because I do want to be, you know, I do want to see him grow. I do want to be around. And that's one of the reasons why I kind of put this home office, even before the pandemic, I had this home office because I wanted to be here, because I want to see him grow. And at the same time, you know, it pushes you to do something greater, to think more about, you know, what you're leaving behind, the legacy and everything, that than just like, oh, I'm just going to go out there and work for myself and see what I get. It's about the bigger picture. It's about 2030. It's about 2040, and seeing.
I completely agree. That's the way I see things. And I'm also surrounding myself with people that are like-minded. I think that's very important as well.
Very important.
That are very supportive. I know we've been very supportive of each other, even if we're in two different markets. And even, I mean, locally or in any other place, you know, the more you're with good people and like-minded people, the more you can achieve, the more you move forward towards your dream. And you're on a personal and professional level, because it goes all together, you know?
Right. And I mean, shoot, we met through Instagram, and it's crazy. Look, you know, it's
the beauty of Instagram. There's a lot of people I met through Instagram. Some I was lucky to, you know, meet in people and built incredible friendships.
Right.
And you know, social media is very powerful if you use it the right way, you know, and we're lucky because we have reach to everybody, you know, and if you're a good person, people will see that. And, you know, the human touch is important. That's a very important point I want to put out there, is that, you know, I don't believe in, you know, for example, real estate is a human connection, you know, business. It's a service business, and it will not disappear. Very likely, you know, now people are craving for more human connection because of this whole thing. So it's good for us, but it's good for any service business. And I think, look, technology will help us built our business if we use it the right way and we learn. But the human connection will always stay. If you're a good person, if you have good values, wherever you are, in whatever business you're in,
Right.
that is key. That is key.
100% agree with you.
So I was actually, I don't know if you read that, to finish, I read a post from Leonard Steinberg on LinkedIn. He was saying the importance of having a real estate agent advisor, and he was comparing it to like a dentist, you know, like you're not going to pull out your, and that's something very important. You need to work with someone with who you trust, and it's going to guide you through the process. And whether you're buying a $1 million property or $15 million property, it's not easy. And we're here to guide our clients the right way, and, you know, to either make money selling their property or guiding them through the process and connecting them with the right people.
Right, and it's 100% a customer service business that we're in, and I always advise my sellers and buyers, and whether they go with me or someone else, I'm like, go with someone that does this professionally, that does this every single day, because, you know, that's what they do. You know, you're not going to go get, you know, a shoulder surgery with someone that just does it on occasion, or someone that maybe this, you know, knee surgery. It just, you know what I'm saying? You have to go with the right guy, and
I think
professionally.
Something I remember that Leonard had written was, try to be a real estate agent for a day, you know, like someone who's not, and then you'll see. But very cool. Manuel, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest on BT Talks.
Oh man, thank you for having me. It's awesome. And
my pleasure.
I have to go out to Miami soon.
Please let me know. Come down here. We'll take good care of you. Have a good time. Show you some beautiful property, and just show you a bit the lifestyle down here. And I'm definitely going to come with my wife to San Diego. She doesn't know California yet, so we'll definitely come by.
Oh, you have to bring her out here. We'll have
we'll figure that out. But
yeah,
for sure.
We'll have a nice dinner with our masks on, and then and then
we'll be good.
It's different out here than Miami. It's very different.
I know it's very different, but look, we'll wait a few months till we kind of know where we're going, and then we'll go from there. But thank you so much. Everybody, please make sure to follow Manuel on Instagram. Your handle is Sell with Manuel.
Yes.
Sell with Manuel. Feel free to reach out to him. Any questions you have on San Diego real estate, or even if you just want to say hi, just reach out. Manuel's a very nice guy. And look, I look forward to being in San Diego or seeing you in Miami.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Take care.
All right. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.